Oh my god, how long has it been? Like 2 fucking years? let's do this. I've missed doing this shit. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hello. Anybody who's still here on my channel, hello. Welcome. Welcome me. I am back. I've been trying to make a video for a while because I really wanted to explain what's been like going on in my life, and I tried for like a whole month now, and it's the end of the month, and I thought, hey, let's just make it a plan with me video. And I'm gonna start with like just some information about what has been going on. So the last time any of you saw me, I was married to a cis man, and well, that is no longer a thing. I got divorced because I came out of my egg as it were, and I admitted to myself that I am in fact a trans man. And well, my ex, he was not gay, so it was unfair to me, it was unfair to him for the relationship to continue, and so I initiated divorce. I thought it went well. a lot of things have happened since then that have brought me to the conclusion that it did not go as well as I originally thought. Previous to that, I had when I decided that the relationship just wasn't working and I started to discover myself, but I let my ex-husband know that I needed more from the relationship than I was getting. I needed acknowledgement. I needed words of affirmation. I needed to know, to hear. Not just to know. I needed to hear that he cared. I needed to hear that he wanted to make an effort. I needed to hear that he cared enough about me for X, Y, and Z, right? So I wasn't getting that. Plain and simple. I wasn't getting that. And every single time I asked for it, things would change for a couple days to a month, and then it would just go back to the way that it was. And I couldn't live with that anymore. And so I started seeing someone, because I told him that I would not be able to stay in this relationship if he did not give me the consistency that I needed. Because I was giving it to him every day. I was telling him every day that I cared. I was telling him every day that he was doing a great job. I was telling him every day that I saw his efforts and that he was doing great. And I got nothing back. In fact, I got from him more than anything, him telling me that I shouldn't be seeking validation for things that I should be doing. Things like, getting a job I hated just so that we had enough money to, survive. Things like getting the dishes done in a timely manner. Things like making sure that meals were ready and all of that. And he just said, oh, that's the way you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do all those things because you're an adult and you're not supposed to look for praise for things you're supposed to do. And I was like, I mean, sure, I guess. And I just thought that's the way that it was supposed to be. And then I started playing D&D. With some, actually I started role-playing first. So I started role-playing again because I needed an outlet. I was so depressed and I needed to find an outlet. So I started to role-play. I found a role-playing group on Facebook. It wasn't on Facebook. I found a role-playing group through TikTok. And it was on Discord, so I got on there and I started talking to some people and role-playing with some people. And then a group of us, I made friends with a young person, and they invited me to a D&D group that they were going to start. And I was like, you know what, sure, I've been wanting to do a D&D. I had a bad experience the first time I played D&D, but I've wanted to do it again. So, let's do this. A bunch of role players, let's do D&D. And so I started doing D&D once a week. And then after a while, like a small group broke off of the original Discord, and where did that happen after? I don't remember. But then I got invited to another D&D session, and that's not where we officially met, because we met kind of through like role-playing. I didn't roleplay with her, but that's where I met my now wife. And she and I, we really, I'm not gonna say we hit it off, because she basically could see that I had been wearing a mask for so long that the damn thing was stuck to my face. And she helped me to see myself, something that I thought I knew, but I had been, working so hard to hide it from everybody that I didn't even know what was there. And, well, after coming to the conclusion that I was in fact a trans man and I wanted to live as such, and telling my ex that I wanted a divorce because I could not keep him in a relationship that I knew would eventually cause more resentment, because I was already feeling resentment in that relationship. And I didn't want to feel like that. I cared about him a lot. And I didn't want there to be so much resentment every time I looked in his direction. And I just decided for myself that I didn't want to die in that city. I hated that city. I hated everything about it. I didn't want to die there. I didn't want to stay there. I wanted to be somewhere else, anywhere else. And my wife offered me a way out. I had been praying for so long. I had been wishing for so long to be rescued by the Fae. And funnily enough, I was. Like, I can't describe her as anything else. And so I initiated divorce. I thought he took it well. I packed up my stuff. I sent it in boxes. So I got rid of like 2/3 of the things that I owned, left a bunch of stuff with him so that he could sell them, do whatever he wanted with them, because honestly, I didn't care. Brought minimal amount of things. I got rid of all of my old journals. All of them. Except for one. I kept this one, which was my, like, catch-all journal for, like, books and the book that I'm trying to write. It has, like, a whole bunch of that information, so I could not get rid of it. Also has some stuff from work and I'm not sure what you would call it. It's like a little, like, card that they give you when someone passes away, because my cousin died. That happened as well. Like, she died, and I was like, that's what prompted the I don't want to die here, which eventually got I don't want to die as a woman tacked onto it. And, yeah, that was back in October, maybe November, when I left with a luggage, like medium luggage, and a backpack, having shipped all of my stuff via the USPS to here where I now live. She accepted me into her home, and I thought that contentment was enough, and I found out that it wasn't. Because she does put forward the effort. Just as much as I put forward, she puts forward, and that has been life-changing, honestly. I didn't want to cry, but I've cried in every single one of these that I've tried to make. So, like, I should have expected it. Anyway, now I'm here. I've been here for months. We got married a couple of months ago, and I don't want to be anywhere else. I love it here. I can breathe here. I miss my family, but, you know, visits can be arranged, and, you know, we'll figure that out. Anyway, so for the past couple of months I had not been journaling, and it was starting to, like, affect me a little bit. I hadn't really been journaling for well over, like, a year and a half. I've been, like, sporadically journaling just on my own. But I wanted to start doing it again because it did help. Like, it helped a lot. So now I started doing it more consistently. You know, I got a new journal. You know, it's just an Artist Loft journal. It's nothing special, but it's something that, you know, I can use. And I have been using it. And then I started getting a little, like, you can see just a bunch of random shit in there. I had started using this as a catch-all journal, and basically that is what it is. It has, at the beginning, it has the plans I had to, you know, get through this house and get it organized, and to help her. It was back in August. Actually, it was back in August. And because, you know, my wife, she works at a hospital, so she works 12-hour shifts. She is exhausted by the end of the day, and things just pile up, and she needed help, and I was like, I want to be that person. So now I'm a house husband, and that's been fantastic, and I love it. So yeah, this journal has just been a catch-all of, you know, emotions and things I want to keep track of. A lot of D&D, a lot of, like, OC stuff. Like, all of this is just OC stuff. And, you know, she and I, we role play as often as we can, and that's been fantastic. I didn't know that was something that I needed in my life from my partner, but, you know, I never got it from my ex. A lot of things I never got from him that I thought was just, you know, the things that I had to give up. And I don't know why. I guess I felt like I didn't have a choice, which, you know, happens when you feel trapped in a city that you hate. You just feel like you don't have any other choice. And well, now I know better. Now I have made the choice on my own, and I'm the bad guy in his story. And you know what? I don't care. I really don't. I don't care what he tells people about what I did to him. I don't care how he has the story spun in his favor. Whatever he wants to do to make it better for him, I don't care. Why smug? Okay, besides, although, yes, she's a mom. I have a stepson now. That's just the way it is. Where did I leave the mandala thingy-magic? I don't want to do it by myself because drawing mandala by yourself honestly sucks. I should have grabbed it and been prepared, but I'm not. This is chaos journaling, people. We don't plan. Where is it anyway? Like, I used it the other day. Where is it? The wife and I, we use the exact same desk, so sometimes things are places. Okay, give me a second, I'm gonna find it. Oh, it was right behind me. My Moxie Dory. Hell yeah. Paid for the damn thing, it was coming with me. Let's scoot ourselves back in to place. I busted the shit out of my knee, so I have been fully homebound. For the past couple of, like, for a week. It happened, like, last week, yesterday. So I decided I wanted to do a mandala for this June. Why am I using a regular ass pencil? I have no idea. I need to find the center, which is right about here. That's good enough. Who cares that much? Not me. I had a pokey thingy I was using last time. This will work. It's just a yarn needle. There's so much crafting stuff all over this entire house. Okay. She's a crafter, just like me. Much of what she does is fabric, and I'm very much a paper and such. So yeah, all of that happened, and I don't regret a damn thing. I don't. I love my wife. She's everything that I thought I couldn't get, that I thought, you know, I was making up in my mind that this kind of person doesn't exist, and they do. I was just looking for it in the wrong places. But yeah, she was like, you don't have to work. In fact, you being in the house and making sure that everything there is working is far more valuable than any amount of money you could bring in. And I was like, how so? And she was like, I need the help. And if working stresses you out so much, it is not worth it. And it did. Working at those call centers was, in fact, killing me. Not figuratively, quite literally. I think that's big enough. Yeah. It was killing me. I was actively dying. What do you mean you were actively dying? I mean, I was dying. I mean that I have found out that I have an illness that basically, okay, wait, hold on. So, I have had allergies my entire life, okay? They didn't start getting bad until, like, puberty. But I have found out that I have an illness that cannot be fully proven because I would need genetic testing, and that's expensive, and I can't pay for that. But I have all of the symptoms of this disorder, which I can't remember. If I remember what it's called, I'll put it on the thing. But anyway, what it basically does is the more stress your body is under, be it environmental or like just regular ass stress, it causes your body to react to more things as though it were an allergy, right? So I have this disease. My parents have it. My grandmother has it. And I know because she reacts the exact same way I do under stress. We start gaining weight. We start getting more allergies than we already had. And it's horrible for our systems. And my wife, as I said, she works in healthcare, and she said, no, you show all of the classic symptoms of this disease. Just being somewhere where you don't have to be so stressed, where your body isn't constantly fighting to survive, is going to be so much better for you, both mentally and physically. And she was right. 100% she was correct. Because as soon as I was here and I had time to breathe, the air here is fresh, it's clean, I started losing allergies. Like, some of them still affect me, and some of them, but the ones that I had gotten like recently, gone, just gone. And I told my parents, I was like, this happened. I'm no longer allergic to this, that, and the other, and there's no other explanation. Like, I just no longer have those allergies, and I think it's because of this. And my dad said, well, if we can convince the doctors, we'll get ourselves tested, and if we test positive, then that means that, yeah, you have it as well, because, you know, that's my dad has it, my sister has it, my grandma has it. So if one of them is able to get a test and the test is positive, then all of us have it, you know? So I've been feeling so much better. I have lost weight. I feel stronger. I feel less stressed. I feel appreciated. And that's been fantastic. So I think I'm going to leave this mandala as is. I'm just going to do like a June. I'm just going to do just like write down June. Ow. And that's going to be it. I moved my knee wrong. I am old. Okay, we're just going to do like June. It is going to be June, right? It's going to be May.
It's gonna be May.
Let's do May. Look at me. I'm doing fantastic. I know what day it is. May is my sister's birthday, so I'm going to use her color, which is purple. And we're going to put it right here. Just like that. Let that dry. There we go. Just something, a little something. And then I'll do this like off camera and show you guys, all the pretty stuff when it's done. Alright, so we're going to put a calendar here. This is going to stay empty because I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's probably going to be journal entries. And then this here is going to be like my mood tracker, because mood tracking has always been very helpful for me, and I hadn't found one that has been working very well. I also want to do like a time tracker somehow. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that because I don't have this with me all the time. And, you know, like opening up my phone and doing it on my phone or on my laptop kind of worked. But I got hurt. I haven't been able to do that. Most of my day has been resting, being in bed, being at my computer, you know, doing things to rest my injured limb. Sorry. I gotta pull this. I have like a kitty litter bucket under me, and that's been what's been helping me. My God. Okay, so let's do this. We do not use rulers in this house. Who uses rulers? Not me. We live life on the edge. So this month starts on a Thursday. I've been really liking this kind of calendar as of late. It's really simple. It gets the job done. It looks good. I'm going to turn it this way just to make it easier for myself. How many frickin' do I need? Pay attention, Blank. Nar. We don't pay attention in this house. I don't do anything in this house. There's no paying attention. We all have ADHD. Not all of us. Wife, she has some, but not a lot. But the vast majority of us, child, me, our roommate, yes, we have a roommate, living off of a single income in this economy. Are you kidding me? If it ever gets bad, then I'll get a job. But until then, I am house husband, and I make sure that the house has everything it needs. I keep track of groceries. I keep track of where wife leaves her keys. I keep track of, you know, everything that is within my power. I'm keeping track of it. I know. This is why I journal as well, because putting things down on paper helps me remember where like time. It helps me remember, you know, important dates and stuff like that. I need the tiny one. Here it is. The tiny one. And that it has been really helpful for this household because, you know, it keeps things in a place where it is always going to be and no longer just in wife's head. Because before she was the one that was planning all of these things and keeping all of this straight, and I'm like, you know what? Put it on paper and you don't have to focus on it. I love it when months end like on the last day of the week. I just think it's really nice. Okay, there's that. So it's my sister's birthday month. So we're going to do greens and purples. Why? Because lavender. Love me some lavender. So if any of you guys have any questions as to, you know, how my life has changed, feel free to ask. You know, I'll answer what I can, and anything else will just be a mystery to all of you. I do plan to eventually start up this channel as like a gaming channel, kind of, and just get things, ow, just hit myself in the face, and get things, you know, get things rolling on this channel again, because I do miss making content, I really do, and I just hadn't been able to do that. But now I'm forcing myself to make weekends when wife works, weekends where I do things for myself, this included, which is going to be creating content. And I'm going to try to do, you know, a bunch of like videos again, and a lot of not streaming, but I want to do gaming videos, because it's something I wanted to do originally, and I never had a computer that was powerful enough to do it, and now thanks to wife, I do. She's been a blessing. I love her so much. Like, there are no words for me to just explain how much I love this woman. I love her so much. Okay, now just gonna draw some leaf, stem, dots. Voila. Lavender. Real simple. Zoom in real close to this one so you can see. I'm just gonna up. Perfect. Lavender. Here, I might do something else later, but for now it's just gonna stay as it is. And this. Alright. Let me add, because it's supposed to start on Thursday. Okay, so it's gonna start on this one. It's the first. This makes this 4, 11, 18, 25. For our days of the week. Should I use a ruler? Probably. But why, when I can live life on the edge? Appall the wife with my unclean lines. I like to track mood by like hours, and of like when things happen and stuff like that. So this is not the right one. Where's the other one? Here it is. I need the small one. 7 a.m., 10, 12, 2, 5, 7, and 9. So it's more or less every like 2 hours. From 7 to 10 it's 3, but you know what? That's fine. I came up with these numbers like a long time ago. I believe I got them from another video that was like a mood tracker by hour. I'll link it in the description if I can find it again. But basically she did a time tracker but for your mood, and I found that so helpful. I forgot one. That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, I found that so helpful back when I was having so many fucking panic attacks. So many fucking frick. Okay. We're a family-friendly channel. I have a child. You'll probably be watching my videos eventually. Like that's one of the plans, at least for me. I'm not sure if it's the wife's plan, but I want to do like a gaming channel so that he'll have something to watch, because kid, he loves gaming. Okay, now the important part of this part. Why is this the important part? Because this is where all the information, like the colors and stuff, are going to be. So, I'm gonna look at the original. Okay, so these here are good moods. And positive moods, I guess you could say. And we have happy, excited. Good and content. Loved and calm. Creative. I left space for more, just in case. Bad moods. Get a whole chin in there. Bleh or numb, which I was feeling a lot a couple of days ago. That's solid depression. Now that I know that everything that I felt back then was dysphoria, I'm able to categorize it more readily. And I know that the reason I hated my period as much as I did is because I'm a man and it makes me feel not like a man. It reminds me that my body isn't the one that I want to be in. Distressing. Distressing. So, I know that now, and it's been helping. Just knowing has been helping. Upset, annoyed, angry, depressed. I have the colors on that in a bit. period, because it's good to track that. I make it a little star. 6, because I just like to track that. I'm gonna put sick here because I don't get sick as often anymore either. My body is not fighting to live, which has been a whole like thing. Dysphoria. None is nothing. Mild is just a little woo. Mid is a little bit more of a woo. Severe is a jagged line. Anxiety, which I still suffer with. None is none. Mild is 1 circle. Mid is 2. And severe is 3. I've had a lot of that past couple of days. I have not been tracking it, but ever since things have changed in the administration, my anxiety has been probably at a constant mild, at least. So it's been fun. Fun. I hate it. So we're going to do May moods. Let's color this. Just mark them so we can see them more readily. I know I should highlight first, but I didn't. I did not decide which color I wanted until just now. I'll plan better next month, okay? Probably do like an update sometime during the month. Maybe. Possibly. Who knows? I should make a plan. I should. Okay, now we need the colors. Let me look at my original. I can remember some of them. Okay. I have like the golden yellow. I need yellow. Put that on there. I need yellow. I need purple of these highlighters. I need this yellow. I need the pink of the highlighters. That's orange. Pink. I need gray, blue, like the salmon, red, purple, which is this one, and the green, which is this one. Okay. So excited. Good and content. Loved and calm, which I've been feeling a lot more nowadays. Creative. Actually, I'm gonna mark creative on today. What is today? Today's the 26th. And it's, what time is it? Like 5? Okay. That one away. Bad moods. We have bleh. Tired. I know most of the bad moods by memory and not a lot of the good moods. I don't know what that means. Actually, I think I do know what that means. Because back when I was tracking them in my old journals, they were basically the same colors. So it's just association at this point. Okay, so we're gonna mark these good moods, bad moods, period, dysphoria, anxiety. There we go. I'll get some glamour shots for you guys in a bit, probably once I finish this off camera and this as well. So let's do that. You know, good things. So that was it for May 2025. Bullet journal setup. I hope that everything made sense and I'm able to edit all of it properly. I did get emotional there at the beginning, but you know, this is a lot of things. I'm a trans man. I go by a different name now, and I have to tell that to my family. I still haven't done that. I'm deeply afraid. But the internet now knows. The people who are important to me know. My wife knows. Our roommate knows. My friends know. And that's what's important. So thank you all for, you know, coming to watch me do a bullet journal video. I hope you guys are here to join me when I start doing some gaming videos. We'll see when that happens. I might record one tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for being here with me as I restart my creative outlet. And you know, I'll be seeing you guys in the next video whenever that comes out. Whenever this one comes out. I'm not sure when this one's going to come out. We'll see. It will come out. It has to. It has to.